talking about the Ordinary People Change the World book series from author Brad Meltzer and illustrator Chris Eliopoulos. The series covers icons from Abraham Lincoln to Rosa Parks and has sold over 7 million copies. Their latest is I Am Ruth Bader Ginsburg, profiling the late Supreme Court Justice. It's out now, and it marks the 10th anniversary of the series. So on the line right now to talk about it is author Brad Meltzer. Give it up for him, y'all. Welcome back to the show, Brad. So these books, we've talked about this, are so successful. How does this feel, man?
It feels like my family bought a lot of copies, is what it feels like. The truth is it's humbling. We started this series, as you know, to give our kids better heroes to look up to. And it's amazing to watch now 7 million parents and kids reading the books. We're going on a nationwide tour, 12 cities. Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman, is going to be with us in Virginia. Temple Grandin is going to be with us in Colorado. We're going to Atlanta and Texas and Florida and everywhere in between, meeting parents and kids who are determined to make the world a better place with a bit more decency in it, because, man, that's what we need right now. Right, Kelly?
Absolutely. Well, the latest book, I Am Ruth Bader Ginsburg, you actually knew her, right?
I did. It's the only hero we've done who I knew before we did a book on her. And I know her because her daughter was actually one of my mentors when I was in school. And the other thing that's crazy is one of her clerks, when she was a Supreme Court justice, was one of my best friends. So at my friend's wedding, her witnesses for the marriage certificate, to sign the marriage certificate, were myself and Justice Ginsburg. And so we're sitting in the room, and she signs the marriage certificate, and there goes Justice Ginsburg, signs her name. And I look at my friend, and I'm like, do you really need me at this point?
Do you really want my signature? That's amazing. All right, so what do you want kids to take away from this?
You know, I think that when we think of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, we think of this like stately Supreme Court justice. But we forget when she was just a girl, Ruth Bader Ginsburg liked going roller skating. She liked climbing trees and having adventures. But this was something back then that girls weren't supposed to do. It was boys who had the adventures. It was even the books she used to read. Boys would go climbing trees and jumping all over the place, and the girls would wear pretty pink dresses and sit there and watch. And it was her mother who broke that stereotype. Her mom, when she was a little girl, used to take her to the library, and every Friday said you could pick out 5 books. And her favorite books were the books about real heroes, Amelia Earhart, Harriet Tubman. And it was those heroes, like her mother, who taught her that same lesson. There is absolutely nothing that a girl can't do. And I want my daughter to have that lesson. I want my sons to have that lesson. I want everyone. And here's the finale of the book. It says, today they call me a trailblazer. But the best part of blazing the trail is leaving tracks. That means you're not just doing things for yourself. You're leaving a path for others to follow. Start with one voice and let it grow into a chorus. I am Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Create equality. Create justice.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Brad. We love having you on the show. Love this new book. I Am Ruth Bader Ginsburg is out now, and everyone is going home with a copy. For more information on where you can meet Brad and illustrator Chris Eliopoulos, head to our socials. Thank you so much, Brad. I'm liking your post right now. That's not all. Our season-long partner, pilot and makers of G2, the go-to pin of the Kelly Clarkson Show, want to celebrate your book series and the life of Justice Ginsburg. So what they're going to do is they're going to write a check for $1,000 to the Women's Suffrage National Monument Foundation. We know you're a big supporter, so trying to get that built in Washington, D.C. right now. Thank you so much, Brad. Thank you to all our guests.